Welcome to CCG TV, the Keep Columbus Beautiful Earth Notes. And for those of you all who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Gloria Weston Smart, the director for Keep Columbus Beautiful. And our mission is to engage and educate individuals to be better stewards to our environment. Well, you want to know how you can do that really with beautification projects, eliminating litter and blight, and helping us protect our environment by not really taking advantage of the resources that our natural resources gives to us. So we want to make sure we turn the water off and not just let it run a long time. We want to make sure that we plant trees. Those are some of the things that you can do. But we plan to implement a lot of programs throughout the year to engage individuals in our community and to help them to be better stewards. So we're so happy that you tuned in. And we do have a wonderful program. But before I introduce my guest today, I really want to say thank you to all of the people that came out for our Earth Day personal paper shredding event. We are so excited. We collected 90 tons of paper for shredding. I can't tell you how many trees that we're saving, but anyway, we couldn't have done it without you all. And then also you had an opportunity to make sure that your personal papers were shredded in a real professional way. So thank you all for coming out and supporting that project. And on top of that, being over at Winterfield for the Community Improvement Program on April the 22nd was such a delight and awesome turnout. It was just really great. We thank the residents of that community, all of the departments of Columbus Consolidated Government, all of the vendors that came out for that day. We had a wonderful time cleaning up and celebrating the cleanup activities of the Winterfield area. So thank you, special thank you to Martin Luther King Elementary School and Dr. Weaver, the principal there, the students that came out, Brandon Williams with the Boys and Girls Club. I tell you, we really could not have made it happen, and CAT showed up in numbers. So thank you all for supporting that event. And now I tell you, we got a couple other things that's going on, and we're excited. It's just seemed like it's been a very long year, but we've had beautiful projects and meaningful projects. We're getting ready to celebrate our annual awards luncheon, and that will take place on May the 11th at the Cunningham Center on Columbus State Campus. We are going to be recognizing individuals and businesses and organizations for their stewardship to our environment. And we are so excited to do that because we really can't keep Columbus beautiful by ourselves. It really takes all of us to do that. So thank you for tuning in, and I want to thank you too for your stewardship to our environment, all that you have done, all that you will do, and all that you are doing right now to help us keep Columbus beautiful. And always remember, you know, our goal is to make sure that we can get up to at least 70 or 80% of the people in our community recycling. So if you've not called in and ordered one of those bins, a blue bin, just give us a call by calling 311, and you can make a request and they will bring a blue bin to your door with instructions on the items that we collect for recycling and the days that we'll be picking up your recyclables. So make sure you tune in and do that, or make sure you call 311, the Citizen Service Center. And also remember that, you know, as human beings, we are the eyes, the ears, and the mouth for our environment. So if you see any infractions to our environment that needs to be addressed, if you see a lot of litter on our roadways, if you see a lot of potholes or anything that you know that should not be, please call 311. That's our key to making sure that we can address those issues. So thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait for us to talk to my guest. This is Ms. Beverly Kenner, who's been here many times. But Beverly, we have such a special kind of relationship. You've been working with Keep Columbus Beautiful for such a long time, and we want to tell you how much we really appreciate all that you have done for Keep Columbus Beautiful and our community at large, because you and your husband you all are just really, really active in this community. And so, you know, we need more people to take on that kind of stewardship And so you all are an example,
Thank you,
and we
Gloria.
certainly appreciate
It's our
it.
pleasure, that's for sure. This is
Wonderful.
a community that we love and live in.
I know, and it takes all of us to really make it work.
It takes everyone,
That's
team
right.
effort.
That's
We
right.
all pull together.
Absolutely. So, you know, for the people who are tuning in the first time, they may not know a whole lot about you. So you may want to share just a little information about you and your husband. And then we can go on to talk about this, our tour of gardens, which is going to be a wonderful tour this year, and
It
I'm
really
excited.
is.
Yeah.
It really is. Well, I have lived in Columbus since '85,
Okay.
and it's home. It's home.
Yes.
I love the people. I love the community. I love everything about Columbus.
I do too.
And I've seen it grow and take such strides, and that's so exciting.
Yes.
So my husband has lived here since 2004.
Okay.
And he was very involved with the Whitewater course.
That's right.
That we have.
Yes, and he actually was one of our recipients for the Enda Kendrick Award for the work
He
that
was
he did with that
several
that
years
course. That's
ago.
right,
He
several years
certainly
ago.
was,
That's
and
right.
that was a high point in
That's
his
right.
life.
Good,
Thank you.
good.
That was wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay, so let's just get right to it because we have something really exciting coming up that
Oh.
everybody needs to put it on their calendar and really participate.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm just now looking at the brochure that turned out beautifully.
It is absolutely beautiful.
It's wonderful.
Okay.
And this is our 2017 Tour of Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be held in May, the weekend after Mother's Day. It would be
Yeah.
May 20th and 21st. On Saturday the 20th, it will be from 9 to 3. And then on Sunday from 11 to 3.
Right.
And this particular garden tour, Gloria, we're concentrating on gardens around the lake bottom
Yes.
area.
Okay. Mhm.
And it's a different sort of tour in that.
Kind of historically
It's
too.
historic,
Yes.
yeah, there's some history there. Now, granted, when we did the Broadway uptown,
Right.
that was all historical, and
Right.
everyone just loved it. It was fantastic. But we do have some wonderful homes that are called bungalows.
Okay.
They're called craftsman's bungalows on the west side of the park. And these were built in the mid-20s to 40s.
Oh, I
And
can't wait to see them.
how many times have I driven that area? But when I started to realize the history
Right.
of the homes and started looking closely at them and how beautifully situated they were, this has really made the tour really exciting.
And so really what's really nice about this tour is it's just not on the gardens, it's on outdoor living spaces.
It is.
And
It
then
is.
I believe there is a part of it where you can just really take a real nice walk down one of the streets
That
and
is
just
going
see
to be-
front yard views, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. That is going to be on 15th. I'm sorry, it's 16th,
16th.
that we're going to have the front views. There is a house on tour
Right.
on that block. And once we started talking to people, they were really excited
Good.
about getting their front areas ready for the tour.
Wonderful.
Each house has a different architecture. They're gorgeous.
Wonderful.
So the plantings will reflect that beauty and enhance that. And so we're calling them sort of like 16th Street stroll, looking
Yes.
at little pocket gardens, because it'll be the front of the house, not
Right.
the sides, not the
And
back.
not the back. Wonderful.
So that's going to be so much fun.
But then also too, we have, I think one of the real draws for this is Bo Bartlett, right?
We
You want to tell
have-
us a little bit about that one?
Well, you know, Bo Bartlett is just, as we all know, an incredible artist.
Yes, he is.
His paintings are so realistic, you almost feel like you're looking at a real, you know, be it a real...
Just a mirror of a
whatever.
person.
It's a mirror. Right?
Yes.
It's just so incredibly beautiful. And he has bought his childhood home.
Yes.
He lived there from the age of 3, I believe, to 18. At 18, he went to Florence, Italy, to begin his studies in art.
Okay.
And a few years ago, the house came up for sale. He has purchased it. And the garden there is really exciting
It's
too.
really unique.
Because it's a 50s garden. It's kind of, his mother was a great gardener.
Oh.
So it has the simplicity
Yes.
and the look of the garden when he was growing up. So it is his youth. Still has the footprint of his youth.
And
in
then,
that garden.
and also he's going to allow, you know, people to really
He is.
tour a little bit of the home, right?
People who are buying a ticket will be invited to walk into certain rooms of the home
Okay.
where he has some fabulous artwork of his
I
on
know.
display. Also, Betsy, his wife, has some of her artwork on display.
Good.
So
that's
we'll be-
enough right there.
It
to
is.
draw. That's a
It
good
is.
draw.
It is so exciting. It is so exciting. I
Yes.
just cannot wait.
So, but on top of that too, we're going to have some artists in the gardens painting,
are.
right?
Each
So you want to talk about a little bit about that?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Yeah.
Each garden will have an artist painting on plein air, which means she's out there, or he, outside
Right.
painting. They encourage people to stop, ask them questions, watch them. And this is all the gallery on 10th. This
Right.
is artists that belong to the gallery on 10th, and they are so happy to be painting.
And we're so
at each
excited
house.
to have them back, because when we had the tour down in historic Columbus downtown, we had them also in the gardens, and that was
terrific.
it was really great.
It was
Yeah,
terrific.
it really
So
was.
we're going to
And I
have
tell you,
more
their
of that.
final results of those paintings was absolutely
They were
really gorgeous.
They
So-
were, and I'm sure that many of what they'll be doing will be in the gallery on display.
Right.
So that's a nice little extra.
It is. So tell us a few more of the homes that will be presented on our tour.
All right, absolutely. Our public garden is the Pastoral Institute.
Okay.
They have a garden that's hidden in plain sight. That's
Hidden
exactly
in plain sight.
Hidden in plain sight.
That's kind of neat.
You know, you drive down the street, and there, if you glance, you see this fence, this wrought iron fencing, which of course you can see through.
Okay.
And there is this exquisite sculpture. And around it is a garden. They call it their sculpture garden.
Oh, wonderful.
Different small sculptures. And people can go there at any time. It's free.
view it,
It's,
right.
you know, if the Pastoral Institute, the campus is open, the sculpture garden is
It's
open.
open. Wonderful.
So we're really excited,
about
to,
that.
to,
Right.
to feature that. The beautiful sculpture there was in honor of Mr. Bill Turner
Wonderful.
for his, I believe it was 33 years on the board at the Pastoral Institute.
Oh, okay.
And so special is it was given by his
His
own
children. Yeah.
which makes it even
It
more
does.
special. So it's this outcropping. The sculpture is an outcropping with children climbing it.
Wonderful.
And it's just beautiful.
It's pretty. That's
Then we have a garden on 18th, and I'm going back to history again.
okay.
Gloria.
Good. That's fine. Just share because
I was told by the owner, and they've lived in this house for 25 years, that this was part of St. Elmo's pecan plantation. I
that's
didn't know there
unique,
was
yes.
a pecan
Plantation
plantation in
in the-
Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah.
So
I think
when
it was
you're,
several. There is one that's right off of Macon Road.
oh my,
That's near Sears Woods.
yes, Sears Woods. So when people are on the tour and they're up on the 18th end of it, towards St. Elmo, if they look up, you
Yeah.
see these massive pecan trees,
Trees,
and
okay.
it just sort of sets the stage then for the shade garden that he has.
Yes. Oh, wonderful.
And so that's a wonderful, wonderful garden.
And this is really the time of the year to really appreciate shade gardens because it's so hot sometimes.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So actually at that home, the man is the gardener.
Okay.
And he, after a trip to Savannah some years ago, was just so enthused and became just so motivated. And he's self-taught everything he's done.
Wonderful.
He's
Awesome.
gotten ideas from his trip to Savannah and Charleston and has used those ideas in his garden. So that's exciting.
That is.
Another garden west on Maricopa, belongs to a family. He is a craftsman, a master carpenter. And so many of the things in their garden he has built.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is very nice, very, very nice.
And you know what, I tell you, I always am excited about the chance to get to see them, because you as the selection committee chair and Helen Phillips actually went out to view the gardens and select the gardens, and so I've not seen them, and I really won't see them until the day of the tour.
Oh, you're going to love them.
I know I will.
They're just wonderful. And as I said earlier, the situation, their placement, the park being sort of right there, it just gives it a real special feel.
Yeah.
So that will be very, very nice. Then we have some houses on the east side of Maricopa, or Maricopa, and that's Lake Bottom area. And one is the corner of 17th and Cherokee, and it's, I think of it as a hilltop garden, because they look down on the park, and it's a very serene, beautiful setting. You'd almost feel like you're up in the Georgia mountains somewhere.
Wow.
And there they are, right there in the middle of it all.
Good.
So
I'm excited.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Gorgeous homes on, let me see, Stark.
Okay.
We have
Yeah,
Stark
okay.
Avenue. That's the Robinson home. And that is a beautiful, beautiful example of extensive hardscaping, seamlessly joined with nature. So you're looking at the brick, you're looking at the stone, you're looking at the stacked walls, but it's done so artistically, it flows together with the plantings.
Wonderful.
And that also is, this is why we've changed the name to our garden tour and outdoor living spaces. This is definitely an outdoor living area.
Right. And you know what I'm too excited about is that we have businesses in the area that are selling tickets for us.
Yes, we do.
And we have this beautiful arrangement right here in front of me.
Gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And that arrangement came from Ann's Porch. And we can't thank David enough for allowing us to display this beautiful arrangement. But also tickets are on sale there. So for those of you all who are ready to go out and buy your tickets, just know you can go to Ann's Porch, and these green plants that's on both of our sides, these are what we call bird's nest ferns.
Right.
They are absolutely beautiful. And those are provided by
Bloomers.
Yes, Bloomers at Midtown. I went by,
Midtown.
and I tell you, I had purchased some before, and I had a visitor to come in to town and stay with me, and they just wanted them, so I gave them to them, and I had to buy me some new ones. And so these are actually mine now, but if you love them and would like some of them, you can go over to Bloomers on Midtown. And also their big store too of Macon Road.
Down Macon Road.
I'm sure that they will have them there too, but they are absolutely gorgeous, and the centerpiece is wonderful. Also, tickets are being sold at Sugar's Restaurant.
Yes.
And at North Columbus Pharmacy.
And the cleaners.
And Wade Cleaners on
Wade's
Linwood.
on Linwood.
That's right.
Yes, Wade Cleaners.
Right. So make sure that you all go out and purchase your tickets. This is a wonderful time to really appreciate your mother, because this is the weekend
perfect.
after Mother's Day.
What a perfect Mother's Day gift.
Yes,
You
I mean,
know,
just
what
strolling through the
perfect.
gardens and then stopping at one of the restaurants and having something to eat. They'll have 2 days to kind of go and
days.
visit the gardens, either that
Exactly.
Saturday or on that Sunday.
Yes.
And it's going to be a beautiful day.
Will be.
And it doesn't rain on the tour of gardens. Just know that if it does rain, it'll be all right. We'll
It
still
will
have
be
the tour.
fine.
That's right.
Just tuck an umbrella under your arm.
That's right.
The other thing we have going on is Arts in the Park on Sunday.
Yes, there's a lot
at
going on.
Lake Bottom. So that will also be going on at that time.
Wonderful.
It's going to be a fun weekend.
Exciting
Gloria.
weekend. You all make sure you put on your calendar May 20th and 21st. We can't tell you how much we will appreciate your support of our tour of gardens. Tickets, as we said earlier, they are on sale at Ann's Porch, at Midtown, at Bloomers at Midtown, at Wade's, Cleaners,
Sugar's.
that's at Linwood, and at North Columbus Pharmacy, and at Sugar's.
Exactly.
So you can pick up your tickets there. And we want to thank both bloomers at Midtown and Porch for allowing us to display these beautiful flowers today on our set. And we want to thank you, Beverly, for all you've done. You and Helen has done an outstanding job. Also, Channel 3 has done an outstanding job too.
Oh, yes.
Putting
Oh, wow.
together our commercial.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And we're just excited about it.
It's going to be
That
great.
is going to be a great end of the year activity for me because we've had so many things going on.
We really have
Yes,
been.
and I'm excited about
As
this.
usual, Keep Columbus Beautiful Commission stays very busy.
Absolutely. I don't believe there's another, I know, nonprofit organization or environmental organization that actually does as the number of programs that we do throughout
it's
the
wonderful.
year.
It's
And we couldn't do them
wonderful
without
stewardship.
people like you.
Thank
And
you,
we
dear.
couldn't, and they would not be successful without our community at large.
That's so
and
true.
so we're thinking that. So thank you again for all that you've
you.
done, and we're looking forward to this tour and looking, and excited
That's right.
about seeing the artists in the gardens and viewing the beautiful gardens and just,
Getting all
getting
kinds-
into nature. It just puts you in a different
Oh,
place.
it does. It
I know
does.
for me, it does for me. Yeah.
And wonderful ideas for inspiration for our own gardens.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
thank you, Gloria.
Thank you. And now thank you all for tuning in to the Keep Columbus Beautiful Earth Notes right here on CCG TV. We're looking forward to your participation in our upcoming tour. And don't forget that we're honoring a lot of people for our awards luncheon, so we'd like to invite you to that too. You can call the Keep Columbus Beautiful office. You can dial 311 and ask for Keep Columbus Beautiful. We also have tickets that we can sell to you, and any of our 25 commissioners and our committee that are working with our tour of gardens, they also have tickets. So if you know anyone who's affiliated with Keep Columbus Beautiful, you can call them. Call 311 and we'll be happy to see how we can get those tickets to you. Just know that people, if we have a group of 10 or more, you can get a real discount on your tickets, $25
Yes.
each. But individual tickets are $30 before the days of the tour. On the day of the tour, they're $35. So make sure you go out and get your tickets today. Thank you again for tuning in to CCG TV. We'll look forward to seeing you again. You have a wonderful day and enjoy this beautiful weather.